See, I'll take you a very simple and intuitive example. Say you have a flight to catch at a certain point of time at the airport. Now, most of us would ideally want to start a bit early for catching that flight or reaching airport in time, knowing there might be some uncertainties like traffic, a CM might be passing through the roads are blocked, so that we have some buffer in hand. This buffer in hand in investing term can be understood as a margin of safety. In very technical terms, if you can buy a security or a stock at a price less than its intrinsic value or intrinsic worth, then it's margin of safety. As they say, the investing holy grail is to basically find answers to three very simple but not so easy questions, which is it a right company, is it a right time, or is it a right price? Now, margin of safety coupled with our valuation framework approach helps us answering this question, is it a right price? Investing returns are primarily a function of arithmetic rather than any story. What you pay for, how much you pay for decides your eventual return. In a simple calculation of investing return, which is eventual investment sale proceeds plus dividends less upfront cost of acquisition, the cost of acquisition is the only variable which an investor controls, with the other two variables being dependent on various uncertainties or uncontrollable factors. So this is where an investor can create its margin of safety, which is at the cost of acquisition levels. See, valuation methods, because they deal with future cash flows and estimates which are uncertain in nature, can only be considered at best as probabilistic in nature and cannot be considered as deterministic in nature. Now, as an investing, you are always dealing with uncertainties. So if as an investor you are well compensated for that, that's where margin of safety helps us. So margin of safety basically act as a risk control mechanism against what if question in investing. We use what we call as 3TV framework or 3 tranche value framework as a part of our fundamental analysis. It's based on a book called Competition Demystified by Professor Bruce Greenwald. 3TV approach allows us to or helps us identifying appropriate valuation drivers for different companies, and then it also helps us in identifying appropriate margin of safety for those companies. Valuation of any company can be broken into 3 tranches, as the name suggests, 3 tranche value. Tranche 1, now let's call it asset based value. It indicates the value of tangible assets of a business. Now let's take up tranche 2. Tranche 2 is earnings power value. It indicates the franchise value of a company, which is reflecting current competitive advantages which a business might be enjoying at a point of time. Tranche 3 indicates value of a business's ability to deploy higher capital for growth purposes. Now, one must remember here that not all growth is positive for a business, or not all growth is incrementally value additive for a business. If a company is able to deploy higher capital and able to earn returns which are higher than its cost of capital, then the growth value is positive, otherwise it's negative. So let's call this tranche 3 value as growth value. Say for example, a tranche 1 value company or a company which deserves to quote at its asset based value, if we can buy that company at a discount to its replacement cost of assets, RCA, then an application of margin of safety. For a cement company, we would want to buy that company at a discount to its RCA whenever it's available at the market. Similarly, there is a company which is tranche 2 company or an earnings power value company which has a earnings power but no positive growth value, then we would look to buy such a company at its discount to its no growth value. Now, no growth value is an annuity value of that business if it were not to grow in future. A good example for tranche 2 type case would be an Indian IT company which basically enjoys labor costs arbitrage but do not seem to have the sustainable future advantage along in their hands. Those companies can be bought at a discount to their no growth value at a opportune point of time. Similarly, if there is a company which deserves to quote at a growth value or it has a positive growth value, then we would look to buy such a company at a either at a discount to its growth value or closer to its no growth value, depending upon how strong its competitive advantages are. Third case could be a good strong FMCG product company in India with a wide distribution network enjoying the demographic dividends of a country like India. They can be bought at a discount to some of it or their growth value. The quantum of margin of safety in our approach is essentially determined by quality of the company or the historical price volatility around its fair value. Both of this or all of this flows into what we call as estimated business value calculation or EBV range, which has a high end and low end, which allows us to calculate what we call as reward to risk ratio, whereby we can understand from a point of time or from a price perspective what is your upside possibility and from that price, what is your downside risk potential. We don't work on a target price approach because we think that's an incomplete approach, because it only looks at one aspect. It doesn't allow an investor to look at or understand both its reward and its risk. See, future being uncertain, you are always dealing with uncertainty. So as an investor, if you can somehow know your odds, looking at both the upside possibility and a downside risk potential, then it should serve you the best purpose.
So when you only focus on the size of the opportunity, you have to also understand that whether the company will be able to exploit that opportunity or not. When a business does not have any barrier to entry, what you should look at is whether there is capital flowing into the industry or out of the industry.
When the prices are shooting up well above your expected value, and when the expected return is say below zero, it might be even negative, it is very hard to get out and sell out. As the whole herd is moving to buy the thing, of course the price is shooting up, and it is very important for understanding your own greed and to stay away from that greed and exit.